5 must-know car milestones that shaped history. Have you ever wondered how the car you drive every day came to be? It wasn't just a single invention, but a long road of incredible breakthroughs. Today, we're taking a joyride through history to explore 5 game-changing milestones that completely transformed the automotive world. These aren't just old cars. They're the titans that shaped how we live, work, and travel. So buckle up, because we're about to hit 88 miles per hour and go back in time. Our first stop is 1908. Picture a world of horses and buggies. Then along comes Henry Ford with a revolutionary idea, the Ford Model T. Now, the Model T wasn't the first car ever made, not by a long shot. But what made it a legend? Mass production. Ford's moving assembly line was pure genius. It slashed production time, and more importantly, the price. Suddenly, owning a car wasn't just a dream for the super rich. It became a reality for the average family. The Model T, affectionately known as the Tin Lizzie, put the world on wheels. It connected rural communities to cities, created new jobs, and literally paved the way for the modern road network we have today. It wasn't just a machine. It was a symbol of freedom and opportunity, changing the very fabric of society. Next, let's jump forward to 1939. Driving back then was a bit of a workout. You were constantly wrestling with a clutch pedal and shifting gears manually. It required coordination and a good bit of practice. Then, General Motors stepped in and said, "What if we made this easier?" And they did, with the introduction of the first mass-produced fully automatic transmission, the Hydramatic. Imagine the sheer magic of that for drivers at the time. No more grinding gears or stalling on a hill. You just put the car in drive and drove. It was a massive leap forward in convenience and accessibility, opening up driving to a whole new group of people who might have found manual transmissions intimidating. The automatic transmission made driving smoother, more relaxed, and set a new standard for what a comfortable driving experience could be. It fundamentally changed our expectations and became the dominant choice for decades to come. Our third milestone takes us to 1974, a time when safety wasn't always the top priority for car manufacturers. But one company was determined to change that. Enter the Volvo 240 series. When you think of a Volvo, you probably think safe, right? Well, this is the car that built that legendary reputation. The 240 was a tank, but a very intelligent one. It was designed from the ground up with safety at its core, featuring innovations that were way ahead of their time. We're talking about large front and rear crumple zones designed to absorb impact energy in a crash, a reinforced passenger safety cage to protect occupants, and anti-lock brakes in later models. Volvo even established its own accident research team to study real-world collisions, using that data to make their cars even safer. The 240 series proved that safety didn't have to be an afterthought. It could be a primary selling point. It pressured the entire industry to raise its standards, and many of the safety features we take for granted today can trace their roots back to the pioneering work done on this iconic Swedish brick. The legacy of the Volvo 240 is found in every modern car that prioritizes protecting its passengers. Now, let's fast forward to the 1990s. The world was on the cusp of a digital revolution, and the auto industry was about to get a major upgrade. In 1997, a quirky-looking car from Japan made its debut and quietly started a revolution, the Toyota Prius. It was the world's first mass-produced hybrid vehicle. At the time, the idea of a car powered by both a gasoline engine and an electric motor seemed like science fiction to most people. But the Prius made it a reality. It introduced concepts like regenerative braking, capturing energy that's normally lost when you slow down to recharge the battery. Its incredible fuel efficiency was a game changer, especially as concerns about oil prices and environmental impact began to grow. The Prius wasn't the fastest or the flashiest car on the road, but its influence is undeniable. It normalized hybrid technology, proving that it was viable, reliable, and practical for everyday use. It paved the way for the countless hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and even the fully electric vehicles that are becoming more and more common today. The Prius was the first big step towards electrifying our drive. And that brings us to our final, and perhaps most disruptive milestone. We're talking about the rise of the fully electric vehicle, and no company has defined this era more than Tesla. Let's focus on the 2012 launch of the Model S. Before the Model S, electric cars were often seen as glorified golf carts, slow, with very limited range, and a bit bulky. The Tesla Model S shattered all of those perceptions. It was sleek, luxurious, and ridiculously fast, with acceleration that could rival supercars. Most importantly, it offered a practical range that made it a viable daily driver for many people. But Tesla's innovation wasn't just the car itself. It was the entire ecosystem. They built their own global network of superchargers, solving the "where do I charge?" problem. They pioneered over-the-air software updates, meaning your car could actually get better over time while it sat in your garage. The Model S proved that electric cars didn't have to be a compromise. They could be desirable, high-performance machines that were also better for the environment. It forced every major automaker to accelerate their own EV plans. And it kicked the electric revolution into high gear, shaping the future we're living in right now. So there you have it. From the Model T making cars accessible, to GM's automatic transmission making them easy to drive, Volvo making them safe, the Prius making them efficient, and Tesla making them electric and exciting. Each of these milestones wasn't just about building a better car. It was about reimagining what a car could be and changing the world in the process. What do you think is the next big milestone in automotive history? Self-driving cars? Flying cars? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this trip through auto history, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next adventure. See you in the next one.